The number one thing when thinking about manufacturing in China is find the best liaison you can find, meaning with the most experience in the market or sector that you're trying to manufacture in, because finding the right liaison means you have less issues with quality, oversight, security. They're not going to steal your designs. There are companies that all they do is they're a third party that just tracks your orders, makes sure that they're hand walking it through the different companies that you're outsourcing to. Because a lot of times it's not just one. Typically, the liaison, he knows, hey, I can go get this made over here, I can get this part over here, and he's putting it all together at the end and giving you a finished product. Very seldom have I found that you can go get everything at one company. Some are. If you're just looking for textiles, yeah, you can go find one company that can do that for you. Engineering support, because when you give a design and you got your models and you have your drawings, when you get over there trying to manufacture it, it's difficult to communicate, for one. So the liaison is able to go in there, hey, this is what their expectations are. A lot of times minimal expectations, because they like to change things and tweak things. You get your first run of quality parts, and then if you don't have the liaison checking on it every time you get an order, get ready to come out, they can change it. They will. They won't even ask you. They'll just make a modification, and then the product you were getting has been changed and it's not the same anymore. I've heard it hundreds of times. So being able to have that engineer there checking quality, that's important. And then having the engineering capabilities to continually improve your product is very important as well, because most of the time you can't just, hey, here's my product and you're going to make it like that for 10 years. You have to steadily be evolving it, and having that liaison with engineering expertise, it just helps with that. The other big issue is just the cost. A lot of times people get caught up, hey, I can save money and this is my cheapest way of manufacturing, but if you don't count the shipping, the new tariffs that everybody's talking about, you can quickly go under pretty fast with your targets for profitability. So when Allotech is serving as the liaison for our customers and clients, we try to keep in mind cost savings, which when we look at cost savings, we're actually more referring to cost out. The ability to, hey, when you come to us with your product, it may be what you think the customer wants, but it could be over-engineered, and we can help with the cost outs to bring that down. Obviously, pricing is affected by that. The resources and the technology that is required to take that product, further develop it, and get it to where it's a sellable product, and have it done in China, it takes a lot of resources. The biggest thing a lot of times is not always just the price, but it's the ability to meet deadlines and timelines. It's the ability to be able to predict, okay, it's going to take 12 weeks to manufacture this in China, 4 to 6 weeks on a boat, 2 weeks at a port. By the time we get it, unbox it, reintegrate it with another piece of product as for finished goods, timelines become really critical. The other thing is, when we're helping a client, it takes a lot less supervision on their part if we're dealing with the contract manufacturer in China, because we have that relationship, and we foster those relationships with long-standing people that's been in this industry 10 plus years. So with that supervision, gives you a level of trustworthiness that you may not have if you're trying to do it yourself, because you just don't have the experience. And then, at the end, it's all about communication. if when we're out trying to help a client outsource to China, the key pieces aside from timelines and pricing is communication. If we can't adequately communicate what our needs are on behalf of the client, then we haven't done our jobs. But with those long-standing relationships, we're able to do that and foster good relationships. With an outsourced supplier in China, some of the key pieces that we've run across where we had a discrepancy in the first batch of parts and products that came in versus the second batch, where there was changes made. We realized that it was really critical to do incoming inspection on the products we were getting in from China 100%. We had to develop our own inspection criteria, whether it be vision-based and running the parts under a camera, making sure that they meet spec, because we found that in China there's a lot of them, they'll make the parts and don't inspect them at all. We had one customer that we were getting parts in for, we had a 50% scrap rate. And the parts, after we let the manufacturer know in China that we were having these defects and these issues, they didn't even realize they had the problem themselves. They were doing QC, but come to find out they had some calibration issues, and we ended up building a vision system, sent it over to China. That's what they still inspect the parts with today, was a system that we developed just because we had issues with incoming parts from our suppliers.